Hey YouTube, how's it going? Fragrances to wear to work. These are all professional setting environment approved. The first one is Lazy Sunday Morning by Replica. I love that fragrance so much. It smells like aldehydes and then dries down smelling like musk. And if you don't know what aldehydes are, think of the smell when you pop a bottle of champagne, that fizz that comes out. That's pretty much what it smells like. And on top of that, there's this added layer of smelling like fresh, clean linens. So if you're somebody that wants a fresh and clean, but you're not into the whole lemon citrusy type of vibe, Lazy Sunday Morning is a great way to go. It's a relaxed kind of fragrance. It is a compliment getter. I personally love wearing it when I do, and I wish I had it in my collection. So that thing lasts around 6 hours, but it definitely stays within your scent bubble. A lot of these aren't things that are gonna have amazing projection. The second one is Prada L'Homme EDT, and the feminine counterpart I would recommend is Prada Le Femme, but to be totally honest, I do know a lot of women that prefer this one more because it just packs that punch. There's something about this that just smells like a boss, you know? It's an iris floral fragrance, but honestly, it smells like luxurious fabric softener, okay? Like, that's a common thing you're gonna see in this video. A lot of these fragrances kind of have that clean laundry vibe, and it just fits that work environment so perfectly. But this is a fragrance that actually has decent projection. So if you're at work, you can do 3 to 5. 5 might be a bit overwhelming, especially when you first spray it and you're walking into the building. It will definitely, it will project. Not like a beast, but decent enough. So if you want to try doing 3, like on your clothes, give that a shot. I actually did get followed with the Centro when I was outside before, but I did over 5 sprays. So yeah, this is such a great fragrance. It kind of reminds me of the CEO or like the head honcho that comes in that everybody only sees like once every quarter and they always smell amazing. And this is the type of fragrance I would see on that kind of person. Just so good. Like I said, a boss type of scent. So Prada La Femme, Prada L'Homme. The fourth fragrance I would recommend is from YSL, and it's L'Homme. And this is so, like, I know the word sensual might be off-putting for this topic, but it does have that kind of vibe to it. This is a ginger fragrance, so I still find it refreshing yet soft at the same time. This is a fragrance that makes a fantastic transition. Let's say you get off work at 5 o'clock and then you have a date at 5:45 and you don't have time to go home. You have to go straight to your date or to pick up somebody. This is still an amazing fragrance that will take you from work all the way to your date. It just fits so many situations. It's a great signature scent, and it's just a fragrance that is an easy dumb reach. If you're looking for something that will fit for work, but it'll also fit different situations, L'Homme is a great one to go for. Only downside with this fragrance is performance is ass, okay? So you would have to overspray this scent if you do want it to perform, but this in a work environment is fantastic. I really do enjoy this fragrance. Oh God. It's so good. It's so good. It also has that kind of relaxed vibe to it. The fifth fragrance I am going to recommend is Gentle Fluidity Silver by MFK. And this one has CEO kind of vibes. You know how I mentioned the other one's like a head honcho that shows up once a quarter? This one is definitely kind of like, to me, an icy cool CEO. Because it has an icy kind of vibe to it. And I know that that's, you're like, really, does that make sense? How can a fragrance have an icy kind of vibe? But this has such a cool demeanor, this fragrance. It is marketed as a unisex scent, but it's just crisp. Like, this is a very crispy, clean type of fragrance. Like you're wearing a nice suit, you're wearing a nice like dress, skirt, whatever the case is, and you're just walking in there and you have your shoulders back and down, make great eye contact, all that kind of stuff. It's just like a power player kind of fragrance right here. So good. Man, I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. If it's hot tomorrow, I am gonna wear this fragrance. This does have a nice scent trail. This actually does have very good performance for a fresh fragrance. So if you're somebody that L'Homme isn't cutting it for you, or you think Prada Le Femme is just too meh, give this one a shot at Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus. You can test it on your skin, see how long it lasts for. But for me, I get 8 hours with this fragrance with a nice scent trail in the first like 1 to 2 hours. So Gentle Fluidity Silver by MFK. The next one I'm going to mention is another MFK since I'm right next to it, but it's OMRIS Homme. This is kind of similar actually to L'Homme by YSL, but it definitely lasts longer. I do find this scent to be much better like dried down than I do in the opening. It's not a fragrance that I'm in love with the whole entire time. In the opening, it's a little bit, a tiny bit off-putting to me when I'm smelling it super up close, but when it's in my scent bubble, I really like this fragrance. And it's the typical kind of, it smells a bit like kind of like clean laundry. Nothing new in the topic of this video, but it's just a nice, clean, you know, not laundry. It's a soapy clean kind of fragrance. This is definitely a soapy clean kind of fragrance, okay? That's all I have to say about it. It's just decent. It works for everything. It's a very likable scent, very inoffensive. You're going to be hard pressed to find somebody that hates this fragrance, but apparently that's the downside of the scent because it's a niche fragrance and people are expecting something a bit more bold. That's why they get mad at this fragrance so much, because it doesn't push any boundaries. But in terms of mass appeal, compliments, being easily wearable, it passes with flying colors. So OMRIS Homme by MFK. And now I was going to mention, you know what, maybe I should, you know, I'll mention a fresh fragrance. I'll mention a freshie. Oceania by Roja Parfums. This is definitely, gosh, this one does remind me of the beach, but if you're looking for a bright kind of fragrance, okay, you're looking for something that you can wear that you don't want the relaxed kind of vibe. You want something that's just like, that has that little spritz of oomph to it. You know what I'm saying? That is lighthearted and it's just like a little bit of fun. You know, the person that doesn't take themselves too seriously in the workplace, pretty much everybody's favorite person, because they just, yeah, they have that cool attitude that is just like really fun and they're really sociable. This is that kind of fragrance. Maybe, yeah, this is the marketing team not playing, but this is so good. It smells kind of like Sprite. Like there's a fizzy kind of vibe to this fragrance, but it is lemony at the same time as well, at least on my skin. So if you're looking for a lemony fresh, you don't want Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense, Oceania is a great one to pull for. And lastly, I'm going to mention a feminine fragrance. And I mentioned it in my last video, but Versace Bright Crystal is fantastic. Okay, if you only want a fragrance for less than $55 for a full-size bottle, this is a solid one to pull for. It smells like pomegranates. There's also lotus and magnolia, but this one does pull a ton of compliments, but it's just a great all-around fragrance. I think if you're somebody that wants a feminine fragrance that's similar to L'Homme, where it'll do everything, where you can wear it to any kind of situation, then this one is fantastic. Let me just make sure I did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fragrances. There you go. So 8 fragrances to wear to work. I hope everyone has a great day. Let me know which one is your favorite or which one you're most interested in, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.